The landlord's assistant turned her laptop screen toward me. I saw my name. A business. Opened March 12, 2014. I was 14. $340,000 in debt. I didn't cry. I memorized every number. Then I drove to my mother's house. She was in the kitchen, stirring a pot of sauce. The same pot she'd used my whole life. She looked up and smiled. "You're early. Dinner's not until 5. I set my phone on the counter. Recorded. "Mom, why is there a business under my social security number?" Her hand stopped stirring for 1 second. Then she laughed. "Oh, that. Your father needed a loan. His credit was bad. It was just paperwork. Family shares everything." "How much debt?" "I don't know. 50? 60? 340,000. She put the spoon down, looked at me, then laughed again. "That can't be right. Interest maybe, but it's been years. Probably fell off your report." "It's on my report today." "Well," she wiped her hands on her apron. "You'll figure it out. You're smart. Now go set the table." I set the table. I ate dinner. I helped with dishes. I hugged her goodbye. And I drove straight to the FBI field office. "You understand," Special Agent Reyes said, "that once we open this, we don't close it. Your parents will lose everything. Their house, their cars, their freedom. And you won't be able to stop it." "I don't want to stop it. You'll need to wear a wire. Record conversations. Let us put cameras in their home." "When do we start?" He slid a form across the desk. I signed it. That was a Tuesday. On Thursday, I went to Sunday dinner early. I wore a recorder in my jacket pocket. My father was in his recliner. My mother was on the couch. I sat across from them and said, "Tell me about the business again." My mother rolled her eyes. "You're still on that? Humor me." My father didn't look up from the TV. It was a shell. Nothing ever shipped. We took some loans. Business didn't work out. End of story. "Who signed my name?" Silence. My mother looked at my father. My father muted the TV. "I did," my mother said quietly. "You were 14. You couldn't sign. So I signed for you." "That's forgery. That's family." The recorder caught every word. 3 months passed. I went to every dinner. I recorded every conversation. I gathered bank statements, loan applications, emails. The FBI built a timeline. On a Monday morning at 5:47 a.m., my phone rang. "Agent Reyes. We're serving the warrant tomorrow at 6 a.m. Do you want to be there?" "Yes." "You'll stay across the street. You won't interact. But you can watch." I didn't sleep that night. At 5:15 a.m., I parked my car facing my parents' house. The street was dark. Quiet. I watched the front door. At 5:58 a.m., four unmarked SUVs turned the corner. No sirens. No lights. At 6 a.m. exactly, agents rushed the door. A battering ram. Wood splintering. I heard my mother scream. I got out of my car and leaned against the hood. Phone out. Recording. My mother came first. Barefoot. Bathrobe. Hair wild. An agent held her arm. She was crying, yelling, "What is this? What did I do?" Then she saw me across the street. Her face changed. Confusion. Then recognition. Then horror. "You," she screamed. "You did this." I didn't respond. I just recorded. My father came next. Boxers. Handcuffs. Eyes darting everywhere. He didn't see me at first. Then my mother shouted, "She's right there. She's filming us." My father looked at me. His face went blank. Then he said, "You'll regret this." I smiled. Already framed the screenshot. They put my parents in separate SUVs. The doors closed. The convoy drove away. I walked up the broken front door. Stepped inside. The pot roast pan was still in the sink. I picked it up. I would keep it. Then I called a locksmith. Changed all the locks. The house was empty. The FBI had seized it pending trial. I slept in my parents' bed that night. Alone. In the dark. And I didn't feel a single thing. 3 days later, my mother called from jail. "Please," she said. "Please drop the charges. We'll pay back the money. We'll fix your credit." "You can't fix my credit. The liens stay for 7 years. The judgments stay for 10. Then we'll give you money. We have the trust. For 100,000. It's yours. It's not yours to give. It was stolen. She started crying. Real crying. Not the performance she did at dinner. I'm your mother. I gave you life. You gave me debt. And you laughed. She sobbed. I waited. Please, she whispered. I'll make you a deal, I said. Anything. Sign over the family trust to me. Voluntarily. And I'll tell the judge you cooperated. Silence. Then you promise. I promise I'll tell the judge. She signed the documents the next day. The trust, all $412,000, transferred to my name. I sent the signed papers to Agent Reyes. He called me an hour later. You know you don't have to honor that promise. I know. Are you going to? I'm going to tell the judge exactly what she did, including the part where she signed over stolen money to try to bribe me. Reyes laughed. You're terrifying. No, I'm just family. The trial started 8 months later. I sat in the front row. My parents sat at the defense table, orange jumpsuits, shackles. My mother wouldn't look at me. My father stared at the ceiling. I testified for 2 days. I played the recording of my mother laughing. I showed the credit report, the forged signatures, the trust documents she signed over. Then the prosecutor asked, "Do you believe your parents are sorry?" I turned to look at them. No, I said. They're sorry they got caught. There's a difference. My mother finally looked at me. Her eyes were red. On the third day, the jury deliberated for 4 hours. Guilty on all counts. The judge set sentencing for 6 weeks later. My parents were remanded to custody. No bail. As marshals led them out, my mother passed within 3 feet of me. She stopped. I hope you're happy, she said. I will be, I said. On sentencing day. Sentencing day arrived. I wore a black dress. My mother's favorite pearl earrings. She had left them in the bathroom when they arrested her. I wore them to the courthouse. The courtroom was full. My brother sat across the aisle. He wouldn't look at me. My sister wasn't there. She had written a letter to the judge asking for leniency. I had written a letter too. Mine was 30 pages long. The judge called the court to order. My parents were let in. Orange jumpsuits. Chains around their ankles. My mother had lost weight. My father's hands shook. The prosecutor spoke first. He detailed the fraud. The 9 years. The 14 victims. The $1.2 million stolen. Then it was my turn. I walked to the podium. I looked at my mother. Then I looked at the judge. Your Honor, I said, I'm not here to ask for a specific sentence. I'm here to describe what they took from me. I read from my letter. Every apartment denial. Every job that required a credit check. Every night I lay awake at 23, wondering if I would ever own a car or a home or a future. Then I turned to my mother. She laughed, I said. When I called her. When I told her I had $340,000 of debt. She laughed and said, family shares everything. My mother closed her eyes. So I'm asking you, Your Honor, to share with them what they shared with me. Consequences. Real ones. Every single one. The judge nodded. Then he asked if my parents wanted to speak. My father stood. His voice cracked. I'm sorry. I made mistakes. I love my daughter. The judge looked at me. I shook my head slightly. My mother stood. She turned to face me. You're still my daughter, she said. And I forgive you for this. I didn't react. I just waited. The judge sentenced my mother to 11 years. My father to 14. He ordered them to pay $1.2 million in restitution, which they would never be able to earn in prison. As the marshals took them away, my mother looked back at me one last time. You'll visit, she asked. I didn't answer. The house went to auction 6 weeks later. I attended. I didn't bid, but I filmed everything. A stranger bought my childhood home for $210,000, a fraction of its value. I watched them sign the papers. Then I walked up to the new owner. Do you mind if I take one thing? They said yes. I went inside. The house was empty except for debris. I walked to the kitchen. The pot roast pan was gone. I had taken it months ago. But the dining table was still there. The table where I had eaten Sunday dinners for 23 years. I pulled out my phone. I called the prison. Inmate visitation scheduling, a voice said. I need to schedule a video call with Linda, last name. They put me through. My mother appeared on the screen. Orange jumpsuit. Gray hair. Tired eyes. Hi, Mom, I said. I wanted to show you something. I turned my phone's camera to the dining table. Remember this? She started crying. The new owners said I could take it. But I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it here. And every time someone eats at this table, they'll never know what happened here. But you will. She tried to speak. I hung up. The cars were next. I found out where the impound lot was. I drove there on a Saturday morning. My father's SUV. My mother's sedan. Both covered in dirt. Flat tires. Window stickers saying repo. I filmed a video. This is what $340,000 of my credit looks like, I said. 2 cars. 0 value. Just like their word. I sent the video to my mother's prison email account. The prison allowed messages. I sent one every week. Week 1, a photo of me in my new apartment. Approved credit. Finally. Week 2, a screenshot of my credit score. Up 200 points. Still damaged. But healing. Week 3, a photo of my father's empty recliner. Donated to Goodwill. They said it smelled like regret. She stopped responding after week 4. But I kept sending. 1 year into their sentences, I requested a prison visit. In person. I drove 4 hours to the federal facility. I signed in. I sat behind the glass. My mother was let in. She looked 10 years older. She picked up the phone. You came, she whispered. I came to tell you something. What? The FBI found another victim. Aunt Margaret. You took out a loan in her name in 2016. She's pressing charges. They're adding 5 years to your sentence. Her face crumpled. No, they can't. That loan was paid. It wasn't. And now you'll die in here. Please, she begged. Please talk to the prosecutor. Please tell them I'm sorry. I leaned close to the glass. Remember when you said family shares everything? She nodded, crying. I hung up the phone. Stood up. Walked out. I didn't look back. 2 years later, I got a letter. My mother had written it in pencil on legal paper. I'm sick. They think it's cancer. Please visit. Please forgive me. I'm your mother. I wrote back. You stopped being my mother when you signed my name on a loan application without asking. You became a stranger who shared my name. I don't visit strangers. I enclosed a photo. The pot roast pan. I had hung it on my kitchen wall like art. Underneath, I wrote, Family shares recipes. Not fraud. 3 years into their sentences, my father had a stroke. He was transferred to a medical facility. My mother wrote again, begging me to come. I didn't go, but I sent a card. A blank white card. Inside, 1 sentence. Your credit score in prison is 0. Just like your parenting. My brother called me after that, screaming, How can you be so cruel? He's dying. He died to me when I was 14, I said. The rest was just paperwork. My brother hung up. We haven't spoken since. It's been 5 years now. My credit is almost clean. I own a small house. I have a garden. I have peace. My parents are still in prison. My mother's cancer was caught early, she's in remission. My father survived the stroke, but can't walk. They share a cell in the medical